Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here with Gents. Hope everybody out there is doing really well. It's time for another viewer's choice video. So we got the box of truth here with some random video ideas in there that you guys provided. If you want to provide a video idea for a future video, go ahead and check out the community tab on my YouTube channel. There's a post there where you can drop your idea. So it can be a list video or really just anything. My wife goes through and picks some out, prints them out, chops them up, and then I put them in here and pick one at random, and then we do it. So here we go. Let's see. All right. Today's video is from Rick Cockerham. It's a good name. I agree with Wit W. It would be great to have a list of discontinued but still available fragrances. Discontinued fragrances, my favorite. It's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go grab some fragrances that I think are discontinued that you can still find. Let's jump into it. All right, so I've got a smorgasbord of fragrances here. So the fragrances here, there's been a lot of rumblings about them discontinued, or they are absolutely for sure discontinued. And each one of these you can still find at discounters, even though the price is probably not as low as it used to be. Let's kick it off with 1 Million Lucky from PACO RABANNE. PACO RABANNE doing what they do best, discontinuing the best flankers from the 1 Million line, like they did with 1 Million Privé and 1 Million Intense. And now this one. Basically, you can be guaranteed if a 1 Million flanker comes out and it's really good, it's not gonna be here long. Because you also have like 1 Million Cologne in there, and that's discontinued as well, so. Now 1 Million Lucky is not as prominent at discounters as it used to be, but it is still there, even though the price has crept up. I actually appreciate this fragrance so much more now than when it first came out, and I liked it when it first came out, but I think it really took some chances. As I've said before, it's this interesting melding of a fresh fragrance with a deeper, richer, more gourmandy fragrance, so you get facets from both. And it's quite unique while still being mass appealing, which is way harder to do than it sounds. I know it sounds like it would be so easy. I'm gonna make a fragrance that smells like absolutely nothing out there. It's super unique, but also most people are gonna love it. Good luck. It's hard. So 1 Million Lucky discontinued, but as of now you can still find it. I guarantee you though, the prices on that will skyrocket as the stock runs out. Again, 1 Million Privé. After that, Ferrari Radiant Bergamot, but really the whole line of Ferrari fragrances here, which is a huge bummer. I mean, I guess it's not a surprise when you look and see that Ferrari hasn't released anything in years and years. At that point, the writing's on the wall that it's already done. These fragrances were very well known for having great quality at a great price point, because most of these you could find consistently at under $30, full presentation, 100 milliliter size. And I have noticed as well that these have been popping up more sporadically at discounters, so it's getting more difficult to find them. I don't have to harp on that. You know how it goes. When something is still in stock and there's a good amount of the bottles, the price usually stays pretty consistent. But then once it starts to dry up, that price goes up. And then once it's completely sold out, that's when it kind of goes nuts. All you have to do is look at Midnight in Paris for a more recent example of that and how nuts that goes. Midnight in Paris, the Eau de Toilette, you could find for about $20 at discounters before it went discontinued and sold out everywhere. The Eau de Parfum, that was about 30, sometimes 35 if memory serves correctly. Go ahead and check eBay and check those prices, see what they're at now. Radiant Bergamot's gonna get you a similar feel to Acqua di Parma Colonia. Fantastic spring and summer fragrance, very green, very fresh. Smells much more expensive than it costs or used to cost. Bright Neroli is probably the one that got the most hype from that line, and that's also one of the ones that's the hardest to find now. Pure Lavender, Noble Fig, those are both very good as well. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. Then a love of mine, VERSACE Oud Noir. Aw, man. Now it's more expensive than it used to be at discounters, but it's still not crazy expensive to pick this up. It's a great designer oud, fantastic entry-level oud, because it's really more warm and spicy and kind of sweet with a dark woodiness instead of going full-on funky. And some people compare this to Tom Ford's Oud Wood, kind of like a more affordable, approachable oud wood. Definite similarities between the two, but if you spray them on side by side, you'll see they're not. super ultra similar once you get past the opening. I think the bottle's beautiful, the fragrance is beautiful. I love this stuff. I think it's amazing. Now this next one has been hard to find for a long time. As of when I'm filming this video, there are bottles on jomashop.com, and I'll link it in the description and link all these down there. If you have been looking for this fragrance, I would buy it now. Legitimately now. I say that because it has been hard to find this one for a long time. Oh, by the way, if you shop at Joma Shop, use the code GENTS8. Save yourself $8 off any order over 110. Used to be $100. It's 110. It should stay at that. So GENTS8, $8 off any order over 110. It's Bottega Veneta Pour Homme Parfum. I managed to scoop this up right as it was being discontinued and disappearing off store shelves everywhere, and I'm so glad I did. I didn't expect it to kind of disappear as quickly as it did, but what are you gonna do? It has cardamom, cedar, fir resin, leather, and tonka as some of the notes in the fragrance, and it's almost just the pinnacle of the Bottega Veneta line, which never was easy to find at discounters, to be fair. The original, you can still find that one, but this one in extreme, rare to see these. Smells awesome. It's a little bit dark, a little woody. The leather in here is very masculine, but not funky, not overwhelming. Very classy, very mature smelling, very high end. Bottega Veneta Pour Homme Parfum. From there, let's hop to an obvious one. It is Gucci Guilty Absolute, another leather scent. Yeah, the fragrance that took Gucci Guilty places it had never been before and probably will never go again, because at retail, this stuff flopped. Now, a lot of people in the community, including me, think it smells amazing. But your average everyday Joe or everyday dudette who was going to buy something for their boyfriend smelled this and just took 3 steps back, did a 180, and kept walking the other direction. Very leathery and woody with notes of cypress, vetiver, and patchouli. Gucci Guilty Absolute smells fantastic. And that one, the prices have not skyrocketed on, even though it's been discontinued for a while. But Gucci Guilty has never discounted that heavily, so it still isn't cheap. Next up though, a couple fragrances that have been cheap. CAVALLI Uomo Silver Essence and Deep Desire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the entire CAVALLI Uomo line is discontinued at this point. And this is a twofer, so these two are just one entry. There was also Cavalli Uomo La Notte, which was my favorite in the line, and that one came and went so fast it made my head spin. It was out and then discontinued, felt like within a couple weeks of each other or something. It was just here, gone. So Deep Desire is probably going to appeal to more people as far as just the type of scent that it is, because this is your sexy, spicy, sweet type of fall and winter evening date night fragrance, and it is a compliment monster. It is insane to me how these fragrances could come out, smell as good as they do, be affordable like they are at discounters, and still not really catch on. People that buy it, people that smell it think, God, this stuff is killer, but then nobody else goes for it. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I feel like if a bigger name house was dropping these fragrances, a lot more people would be riding them. So Deep Desire, this one, pick it up while you still can. It's kind of iffy. Sometimes it's at discounters, sometimes it's sold out. And then Silver Essence, this stuff, also great. Like a little hidden weapon, a secret weapon type of fragrance. I say that because so few people outside the fragrance sphere are gonna know about this. It's got violet, cardamom, tonka, and iris as some of the notes in the fragrance. Basically, this takes the original Cavalli Uomo DNA and makes it a little more wearable, a little more versatile, sweetens it up a little bit, removes some of the powder. So these two, have them on your radar. Oh, and then another sad one here. L'Homme Ultime from Yves Saint Laurent. I love this fragrance. You can still find it. Thankfully, you can still find it, but the price has been creeping up and it's gonna keep creeping. Also, just kind of throwing it out there, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme L'Intense. That one, also discontinued, also very good. If you can find it, try to scoop that up, but it's been getting more difficult to find. That one was replaced with La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Parfum, so the EDP took the place of that one. This has one of the better openings of just about any designer fragrance that I've ever smelled. When we're talking about fresh, sweet, spring, summertime type of scents, it smells drop dead gorgeous. It has this fresh rose note, not jammy, not thick, mixes together with a wonderful ginger and a bit of citrus. Smells really good. That's the first thing that drew me in with this. The first time I smelled that opening, I was just hooked. Loved it. Dry down's not bad either, but the opening and the mid are absolutely the star of the show here. Now this one is sort of discontinued, and I won't include this as one of the official ones, just kind of throwing it in here real quick. JAYNE Montabaco Verano. This was a limited edition. That's what they said. Limited edition, they're only making so many bottles. After that, it's done, kaputski, it's over. And as far as I'm aware, it sold out pretty quick and people really liked it. But then it came back to twistedlily.com. They got more back in stock suddenly, many months later. By the way, twistedlily.com, Gents 10% off the whole website. Anyway, back on track. Montabaco Verano came back and it was like, well, what's going on here? You know, I thought this was limited edition, it's gone. But I think what happened was it was very successful. People liked it a lot and they were asking, you know, bring it back. And so JAYNE did. So as far as I'm aware, that's what happened. So Montabaco Verano kind of sort of discontinued. Like if you go to base notes, it says it's discontinued, but then I don't think it actually is. Wonderful scent though, really nice. Great blue fragrance, very heavy on aroma chemicals, but in a very pleasant way. After that one, how about Dark Rebel.Rider from VARVATOS? Now Dark Rebel, people have known for a long time, that's discontinued and the prices reflect that. But Dark Rebel.Rider doesn't get talked about so much as the original Dark Rebel. But it does appear that this one is discontinued. And if you go to VARVATOS' website, you'll see that the listing for Dark Rebel.Rider says that it's basically a clearance listing, no returns allowed, you know, last chance kind of deal. And it's sold out on their website also, so you can't even buy it from there. So you've got a leathery fragrance here. Once again, a little bit of a similarity, a slight similarity to Bentley for Men Intense. You got a lot of notes in here, like with a lot of other VARVATOS fragrances. So you've got resins in here, you have woods, you have vanilla, you got even a little bit of citrus, some spices, a lot of stuff going on. As with most VARVATOS scents, the quality here is fantastic. Smells great for a designer fragrance. And also, for a time, you could get this for a really cheap price at discounters. The price has been creeping up at discounters a bit, but it's still not crazy. You can get this for, I think, somewhere in the 45 to 60 range. So it's still not bad yet. Next up, Ultra Red from PACO Rabanne. PACO Rabanne once again. This one came back out of nowhere. So this was discontinued many years ago. Stock on it was basically impossible to find. If you wanted a bottle, you had to go to eBay. It was gonna cost you $200, $250 to get a bottle. It was crazy expensive. And then suddenly it popped up at discounters again. And it was awesome. It was like, grab it while you can. You know, this is a great deal, amazing. You can get this stuff for, it was like $40. So I did, I grabbed one and a backup bottle, which I still have sealed. And it smelled awesome. Reminded me a little bit of Ultra Zest from Mugler, because it's this sweet orangey type of scent, very sweet. Praline and blood orange, I think, are the official notes in there. And the performance is good as well. Wife loved it, absolute smash. I was so pumped to get that in because I was sure it was gonna sell out like that and just be gone from discounters again. That's happened before. A number of times I'll be looking at FragranceNet or somewhere like that, Fragrance Buy, and they'll get in a discontinued scent and I buy it real quick. And then it's gone, you don't see it again. Thought it would be gone super fast, and yet it still is available at discounters for a really good price. This is an awesome pickup for fall and winter time. I think if you're interested at all, try to scoop it up, because who knows when that stock will run dry and then people are going to be trying to flip those bottles for a profit. All right, last up, AZZARO Ginger Lover. Now this one, to be fair, I'm not sure is discontinued. There have been rumblings. I've seen some people say, yes, it's absolutely discontinued for sure. It is still on AZZARO's website, but I don't think you can buy it, at least in the US, anywhere other than discounters. So if it's not discontinued, I think it probably will be soon. and the price has been creeping on this. It's been creeping steadily. You could get this for about $25, $28, something around there. Now I think it's closer to $50, $55. And that's one of those deals, it's a red flag. When you hear people say it's discontinued, it's discontinued, it's discontinued, and then you see the price creeping up, then it sells out and it's not in stock for 6, 7, 8 months at discounters, and then it pops up again and then it's gone again, stuff like that. Those are red flags. Usually that means something's up. And that has been happening with this. Ginger Lover is a blue style fragrance, a fantastic, sweet, fresh, spicy blast of ginger mixing with citrus in the opening. Smells great. It's going to remind you a little bit actually of L'Homme Ultime in the opening. How I said this opening smells fantastic. Ginger Lover is kind of like that actually. Ginger Lover is more straightforward. There's not quite as much going on. You're not going to have that accompanying rose that you do find in Ultime, but Ginger Lover still smells great. Ultra people pleasing. Probably my favorite from this line of fragrances. Ginger Lover, absolutely worth checking out if you just want an easy peasy go-to versatile scent that you can spray on and wear anywhere. All right, guys, there we go. Some discontinued fragrances that you can still find at discounters. The price might be creeping up on these, but you still have the opportunity to buy them before they're completely gone. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.